Welcome to WWE 2K25 March Madness. So how this is going to work is I have 64 different WWE superstars, all placed into 4 different regions. The wrestlers that were selected were determined by Grok AI, and they were supposed to sort the seeding by overall, but it wasn't entirely accurate, as I'm pretty sure Rhea Ripley has like a higher overall than Andre the Giant. But the 1 seeds do make sense, as we have John Cena as the number 1 seed of the United States region. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the number 1 seed in the Intercontinental region. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is the number 1 seed in the North American region. And lastly, Cody Rhodes is the number 1 seed of the World Heavyweight region. And this is honestly one of the coolest things I've ever done, bro. So if we go to the calendar here, you can see we have the title images for all of our regions right here. So obviously we are kicking things off with the United States region. And then we got the Intercontinental region, North American region, World Heavyweight region. So how this is going to work is for the first round, we are going to do it in universe mode because tournaments in this game only allow you to use 8 different wrestlers, not 16. So we'll be able to go through a tournament bracket style after the first round. And yeah, we are going to be doing the entire tournament until we decide the WWE March Madness champion. So this is our United States region. Let's just kick off the show. First up, we have the number 8 seed Drew McIntyre versus the number 9 seed Triple H. If Triple H didn't have those health problems, I think this would be a really good match at WrestleMania, as it makes total sense with like if we went behind the scenes and how like Drew McIntyre is mad at Triple H for not getting opportunities that he feels like he deserves. So I'm gonna click the simulate button and click random, and Triple H is going to be going to the round of 32. Yeah, these 8-9 seed matchups are usually pretty tricky. They're about equal in terms of how good they are, so not a shocker here to see the 9-8 seed upset. Next up, we have the number 7 seed Seth Rollins versus the number 10 seed Bruno Sammartino. Seth Rollins, one of the greatest wrestlers today, and Bruno Sammartino, one of the greatest wrestlers in the very beginning days of the WWE, who is going to move on, and Seth Rollins gets the win. Third match, we have number 6 seed Charlotte Flair versus number 11 Demon Finn Balor. The AI specified that it was the Demon version, and yeah, if Finn Balor wants to move on to this tournament, he has to bring his A game, so no surprise to see the Demon here. And I decided if Finn Balor gets to use his Demon gear, then let's just do Prime Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair is moving on to the next round. Next up, number 5 Becky Lynch versus number 12 Rob Van Dam. Both these wrestlers take pride in breaking rules, loved by the audience. And who will win the match? Rob Van Dam with the 5-12 upset. The number 12 seed is moving on. Becky Lynch is eliminated in the first round. That's similar to when Clemson was eliminated. I mean, Clemson's orange, Becky Lynch's hair is orange. We should have seen this the entire time. Next up, we have number 4 Bret Hart versus number 13 Batista. I have no idea why Batista's so low, but absolute dream match right here. This is a dream match that you don't even really think of, but when you see it right here, you're like, yeah, that would have been awesome if we got this. And Bret the Hitman Hart gets the win. Next up, number 3 Hulk Hogan versus number 14 Trish Stratus. I mean, bro, this simply is not fair. Hulk Hogan is moving on to the next round. Match number 7, 2 seed Bianca Belair versus 15 seed Booker T. 2 former world champions. We got the 5-time Bianca Belair is going to be at WrestleMania in a title match. Got some championship excellence right here, and Booker T gets the win. The number 15 seed is going on to the next round. Wow. Bianca Belair is like a 95 overall, while Booker T's like a 85, which is disrespectful, by the way. What an upset, bro. And lastly, the last match of the United States region, round of 64, we have the number 1 seed John Cena versus the number 16 seed Diamond Dallas Page. It'd be crazy if DDP won. Nope, John Cena's going on to the next round. So there we have it. The wrestlers that are highlighted are the ones going on to the next round. We saw 3 of the lower seeds get the win, which is the spirit of March Madness. It is truly madness. Now, because I can't pre-book cards, I have to manually create the entire Intercontinental card, and then we can go play through it. So let's just jump right to that. All right, we back. We are here now with the Intercontinental region. First up, we got number 8 Randy Orton taking on number 9 Andrade. This be a pretty cool match to see in real life on like an episode of SmackDown. I think they could come up with like a really creative RKO spot, but this is March Madness, and Andrade defeats Randy Orton. See, I thought number 8 seed was very low for Randy Orton, but he kind of proved me wrong. Andrade getting the win? That is kind of crazy, bro. I did not expect that. Number 7, Gunther versus number 10, Dusty Rhodes. See, Gunther has already lost to Dusty's son, Cody, at Crown Jewel. So will the father Rhodes be able to get the win? No, Gunther gets the win and revenge on the Rhodes family. When I say that I swear that this was all determined by AI, I swear. But this is absolutely perfect. Dirty Dominic Mysterio taking on his father, Eddie Guerrero. Oh, but his dad's Ray. I mean, Ray was a deadbeat. I'm sure Dominic wishes that Eddie won that contract. He probably doesn't now, though, because Eddie Guerrero eliminates Dominic Mysterio from the tournament. I don't think I mentioned the seeding. Number 11, Eddie Guerrero knocking out the 6th seed. Number 5, CM Punk versus number 12, Cactus Jack. 2 former ECW champions, and CM Punk gets the win. Number 4, Big E versus number 13, John Bradshaw Layfield. Kind of find it weird that they only have 2017 Big E in this game. Where's the WWE champion version? Will that cost Big E this match? It does. JBL, the number 13 seed, is moving on. Again, the AI made this. Number 3, Rhea Ripley versus number 14, China. I mean, you can already see the similarities. They're wearing purple gear. They have the long black hair. They're both muscle mommies. That's what Rhea calls herself. Hey, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Now, for real though, like 2 of the strongest women in WWE history. Rhea Ripley has been getting comparisons to China for a very long time. And will Rhea Ripley be able to knock her out? No, China! China gets the win. Rhea Ripley is like the second, no, she's the highest for women in overall in this game, and the number 14 seed China knocks her out. We are seeing a lot of upsets in the Intercontinental region, and up next we have number 2 Andre the Giant versus number 15 Baron Corbin. You can't make this up, bro. Baron Corbin is moving on. Do not tell me we're about to get another upset right here. We have a classic WWF versus WCW match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 16 Diesel. We just saw a number 1 seed, 16 seed upset. Diesel just eliminated Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the greatest of all time, falling in the round of 64, just like that Purdue team did a couple years ago. I'm still coping from that. I'm not necessarily a Purdue fan, but I root for the state. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Wow, though. Number 16, meaning he barely even got into the tournament. Diesel is moving on. So let's recap here. You can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upsets in this region. Only 2 of the favorites moved on, with big names like Randy Orton, Rhea Ripley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin losing already. Now up next we go to the North American region. Number 1 seed Roman Reigns on the poster. Alright, here we are, North American region. First up, we have number 8 Alexa Bliss versus number 9 Dakota Kai. Honestly, this would be a pretty cool rivalry for like a mid-card championship, maybe Women's Intercontinental Championship in the future. Let's see who is moving on, and Dakota Kai gets the win. Every single 9 seed has won so far. Maybe I'm gonna jinx that in the next region. Hey, 1/2 of Damage Control is moving on, and the other half of Damage Control is here too. Actually, I wouldn't say half because Asuka as well. She's injured though. As next up, we have number 7 Devon Dudley versus number 10 Asuka. Both of them former tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors, the Dudley Boys. But Asuka did win a world championship in her career, and that world championship experience gets her the win. Number 10 seed is moving on. What I'm learning from this is Grok AI does not know how to seed these teams properly, but that's no surprise because the NCAA committee doesn't do a good job either. Next up, number 6 seed AJ Styles versus number 11 Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso is the underdog in this match. He's tired of the doubters. Royal Rumble winner. And that leads him to victory. The number 11 seed Jey Uso is moving on. 3 upsets already. I mean, 8-9 technically really isn't an upset, but wow. This game just loves picking the underdogs, I think. Number 5 Bronson Reed versus number 12 Logan Paul. This may be one of the biggest weight disparities we've ever seen in a wrestling match. I mean, obviously there's bigger ones like Big Show and Rey Mysterio, but I mean, we know how big Bronson Reed is, and Logan Paul, he's pretty small in comparison. But the influencer, the YouTuber, number 12 Logan Paul is moving on. I swear if we get an entire bracket of upsets. Now we got number 4 Shawn Michaels 2005 versus number 13 Kurt Angle. Why is Kurt Angle only a 13 seed? This is a rematch from WrestleMania 21, and Kurt Angle gets the win. Number 3 Bayley versus number 14 Io Sky. Both of these women faced off at WrestleMania 40, where Bayley got the win. Will the same happen tonight? It does. Bayley gets the win to be the first favorite to win in this region. Match number 7, we got number 2 Rock versus number 15 British Bulldog. You guys remember when The Rock was the special guest referee and British Bulldog was facing off against Triple H, and The Rock was like, 1, 2, it doesn't matter if The Rock counts to 3. Well, will there be a 3 counted tonight? The Rock gets the win. The final boss is moving on, and now we have number 1 seed Roman Reigns versus number 16 Carmelo Hayes. One of the greatest of all time, the main man in the WWE today versus one of the future stars and the tribal chief. I acknowledge you. Is moving on. Lots of more upsets here in the North American region. I wouldn't say a lot of them are necessarily upsets though, as I think Asuka had a higher overall, Logan Paul had a higher overall, Kurt Angle had a higher overall. I even think Jay did. Like, the seeding was kind of weird. We got one more region left of the round of 64, the World Heavyweight region. And yeah, I mainly wanted to make these all like their own championships to have unique names. It's only fitting that Cody Rhodes is the face of this region, as he is the world champion right now. Not this exact title though. First up, we have number 8 Ultimate Warrior taking on number 9 Liv Morgan. A lot of people like to call Rhea Ripley Rhea Hogan, so both of these people beat Hulk Hogan in their career. Nah, I ain't disrespecting Rhea, but still. Both of them have world championship experience. Pretty sure both of them are 2-time champs. And Liv Morgan gets the win over the Ultimate Warrior, and the 9 seeds actually swept the 8 seeds in this tournament. Every 8-9 matchup led to that 9 seed matchup. It's very tricky in these matchups because they're pretty much equal. Next up, we're going way back. We have superstar Billy Graham versus Alundra Blaze. Alundra Blaze was like the first women's wrestler to do anything of note. And superstar Billy Graham carried the WWF through the 70s. Pretty sure he invented the name superstar. I'm pretty sure that was the thing he came up with. And the superstar Billy Graham gets the win. Next up, we got number 6 Damian Priest versus number 11 Braun Strowman. Pretty sure these two men had a tag team match together on SmackDown recently, and number 6 Damian Priest is moving on. Do not know why the seedings are like this, but we got number 5 Bubba Ray Dudley versus number 12 Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man is moving on. I actually predicted that. I started doing this thing before I even simulated. Yeah, Macho Man. This isn't even an upset. Why the hell was it seeded like that? Number 4, The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus number 13, Sami Zayn. Two fan favorites right here. And Sami Zayn gets the win. Sami Zayn defeated The Fiend, one of the most indestructible men in the world of wrestling. Number 3, Alpha versus number 14, Nia Jax. Alpha is from the Bloodline, so is Nia Jax. These are two Bloodline members from the Anoa'i family dynasty who will be moving on. Alpha gets the win, one half of the Wild Samoans. Match number 7, number 2 Undertaker versus number 15 Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is the Intercontinental Champion. The Intercontinental Championship is the only title the Undertaker has never won, and these two did have an interaction on NXT a couple years ago where Undertaker chokeslammed Braun Breaker. Undertaker coming out of retirement loses to the young star Braun Breaker, a number 2 15 seed upset. We saw like another one of those earlier, I think. And lastly, we have the number 1 seed, the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes versus the number 16 seed LA Knight. And who is getting the win? The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, moves on. And alright, these are the results for the World Heavyweight region. Not as many upsets this time, but we still saw some crazy ones like Braun Breaker. So now I can officially exit universe mode, and then I can go to play now, and then we're gonna go down to tournaments. We're going to go to one-on-one tournament. These matches will all be normal matches, and then we will set up custom arenas. So first off, we have the United States region. All right, I got it set up. So now we get a real bracket right here, and this will be the rest of the United States region. We will do this for all 4 regions, and then the 4 winners will be in the final 4. So right now is the round of 32 for the United States region. First up, we have number 1 John Cena taking on number 9 Triple H. A rematch of the main event of WrestleMania 22. Also, I just have to clarify before anyone says something in the comments. If I click simulate while highlighting a wrestler, it does not mean that that wrestler is going to win. It's still completely randomized. I will be highlighting the person on the top for all these matches. So alright, here we go. Cena, Triple H, and John Cena is moving on to the Sweet 16. After this, we have number 12 Rob Van Dam versus number 4 Bret the Hitman Hart. Can Rob Van Dam continue his legendary run, or will Bret Hart stop him? And Bret the Hitman Hart is going on to the Sweet 16. So look, I proved it right there. I was highlighting RVD and Bret Hart won. It's just kind of confusing when you're doing it in video form. Next, we have number 6 Charlotte Flair taking on number 3 Hulk Hogan. Who will politic more to win this match? Hulk Hogan is going on to the Sweet 16. After this, we have number 7 Seth Rollins versus number 15 Booker T. And Seth Rollins is headed to the Sweet 16. Alright, so now we are here at the Sweet 16. We have number 1 John Cena taking on number 4 Bret Hart. And John Cena is headed to the Elite 8. Probably the biggest star in this bracket. It makes sense. And now after this, we have number 3 Hulk Hogan versus number 7 Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins is headed to the Elite 8. A rematch of SummerSlam 2015. And John Cena wins the United States region to punch his ticket to the Final 4. The greatest of all time, ladies and gentlemen. He had that dominant US Open challenge. He was just destined all along to win the United States region. Alright, now we are here with the Intercontinental region. First up, we have number 16 Diesel taking on number 9 Andrade. Can Diesel's Cinderella run continue? It does! The number 16 seed has won 2 games. Here, let me see. The furthest a 16 seed has gone. The furthest a 16 seed has ever gone was the round of 32. So ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing history here. Diesel just punched his ticket to the Sweet 16. And up next we have number 5 CM Punk taking on number 13 JBL. And CM Punk is going on to the Sweet 16. Next up we have number 11 Eddie Guerrero taking on number 14 China. These two were lovers back in the day. Like 1999, 2000 SmackDown. Yeah, I remember these two were involved in like a love angle. And Eddie Guerrero gets the win. And lastly, we have number 7 Gunther taking on number 15 Baron Corbin. And Gunther is going to the Sweet 16. Sweet 16 time, we got Diesel and CM Punk. And CM Punk ends the Cinderella story, going on to the Elite 8. This right here is low-key a dream match. Eddie Guerrero and Gunther. Eddie always put on great matches with guys that were bigger than him. Biggest example being Brock Lesnar. But that doesn't mean he's going to win. The World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is going to the Elite 8. It will be kind of poetic if Gunther got the win here, because Gunther's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever. Who will win? The number 5 seed CM Punk or the number 7 seed Gunther? And I was right! Gunther, number 7 seed Gunther is going to the Final Four and has won the Intercontinental region. You can't make this up, bro. Gunther won the Intercontinental region. Cena won the United States region. Are we gonna have a former North American champion winning the North American division? Here we are for the North American region. Kicking things off, we have number 1 Roman Reigns taking on number 9 Dakota Kai. And Roman Reigns is moving on to the Sweet 16. After this, we have number 12 Logan Paul taking on number 13 Kurt Angle. Both of these men have an amateur wrestling background. And Logan Paul defeats the Wrestling Machine. He's got insane plot armor right now, bro. Wow. Number 11 Jey Uso taking on number 3 Bayley. And main event Jey Uso is going on to the Sweet 16. And lastly, for the round of 32, we have number 10 Asuka taking on number 2 The Rock. And The Rock is going to the Sweet 16. Roman Reigns and Logan Paul had a match at Crown Jewel 2022. Who is going to win the rematch? The Tribal Chief moves on. Main event Jey Uso versus The Rock, 2 members of the Bloodline Dynasty. And main event Jey Uso is heading to the Elite 8. The number 1 seed versus the number 11 seed. SummerSlam rematch. Roman and Jey, like, their careers are directly tied to each other. And Jey Uso just comes up just this short like he has for most of his career, and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns wins the North American region. So far, the seeding is pretty accurate. The number 1 seed Roman Reigns he's the head of the table. Good recovery. And we just have one more region to go. The last few games of the round of 32 here in the World Heavyweight region. As to kick us off, we have number 1 Cody Rhodes versus number 9 Liv Morgan. Coincidentally, these are the 2 Crown Jewel champions. And Cody Rhodes gets the win. Next up, we got the Macho Man Randy Savage versus Sami Zayn. 2 of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time, and Randy Savage is moving on. Interesting matchup here. Damian Priest. Interesting matchup here. Number 6 Damian Priest versus number 3 Alpha. And Damian Priest is headed to the Sweet 16. And lastly, we have superstar Billy Graham versus Braun Breaker. Big meaty men slapping meat, and superstar Billy Graham is moving on. Sweet 16, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Savage, and Cody Rhodes gets the win. Number 6 Damian Priest versus number 7 superstar Billy Graham, and superstar Billy Graham is headed to the Elite 8. Number 1 Cody Rhodes versus number 7 Billy Graham, who is going to head to the Final Four. And in the shocking upset, the number 7 seed superstar Billy Graham has won the World Heavyweight region. I think he is one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time. So he used that championship experience to knock off the current champ, which will bring us back here to Universe Mode, and we will head to WrestleMania. We got the Final Four set up. The United States Champion number 1, John Cena, taking on the Intercontinental Champion number 7, Gunther. The winner will be headed to the WWE National Championship. We will be clicking this random button right here, and the ring general, Gunther, is headed to the National Championship. All this man does in his career is just rack up win after win. Now we have the North American Champion number 1, Roman Reigns, taking on the World Heavyweight Champion number 7, Superstar Billy Graham. We will be clicking the random button, and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is headed to the National Championship. This couldn't have ended in a better way, to be honest. Two men with just a history of straight up winning. And for the final match, we will be watching it. Roman Reigns versus Gunther. Sit back and enjoy the show. Alright, I finally got this set up properly. I'm going to be playing as the special guest referee Triple H for this match, just to make it more fun. And I made this custom March Madness arena. We have it in like a basketball gym. And there we see Gunther, who is carrying both the United States and Intercontinental Championships. And I look behind him. Look at that March Madness stage setup we got right there. It's pretty cool. So yeah, they are collecting the gold as they go for the regions that they win. They won the Intercontinental and North American regions respectively. But why not snatch their chain, take the other championship as well. And here comes the OTC, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, with both the World Heavyweight Championship and that North American title. The winner of the North American region knocking off the World Heavyweight Champion Superstar Billy Graham. It's time for the National Championship. And that's the title that is on the line. I know it's not like insanely impressive, but it looks good. There's Triple H holding it up. It's not even on screen. And alright, here we go. I'm gonna try my best to commentate this, but I also have to focus on being a referee. And Roman Reigns with some punches in the corner and a strike to take Gunther down. And now Roman going for the pin. 1, 2, and Gunther kicks out at 2. I got a perfect pin count right there. And now Roman Reigns with a roll up. 1, and Gunther turning it over. 1, and Roman Reigns. 1, and Gunther kicking out. And this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so these men can use any weapons that they want. They can pin them anywhere they want. And Roman Reigns is going to take advantage of that as he grabs a kendo stick from under the ring. And oh, Gunther went for the boot, but he completely missed it. And Gunther with the power bomb into the cover. 1, 2, and Roman Reigns kicks out at 2. And Roman Reigns with a Superman punch, causing Gunther to go to the outside. And now Roman Reigns with the dive. We are here on the outside now, and Gunther throwing Roman Reigns into the barricade. And yeah, this padding right here, it's very thin. They're basically wrestling on a basketball court right now. And Roman Reigns with the spear into the cover. 1, 2, and Gunther kicks out at 2. Now Roman Reigns with some strikes to the head and stomping at Gunther's chest. Now Roman just ragdolling Gunther. And Gunther with the double leg missile kick and into the cover. 1, and Roman Reigns kicks out at 1. And now Gunther throwing Roman Reigns back into the ring now. And Roman Reigns with a flying clothesline into the pin. 1, 2, and Gunther kicks out at 2. And a punch. Now Roman Reigns climbing to the top. Hey, get your ass down. Get your ass down. Oh, an elbow drop, but Gunther was able to avoid, and Roman Reigns with a Superman punch. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is the national champion. You could see right there, I got a slow count. I did a slow count, and Gunther still wasn't able to kick out. And there's Roman Reigns with his North American Championship and now the National Championship of March Madness. From the #1 seed, he says he's the greatest of all time, and he proved it once again. Also, shout out 2K because I only put the March Madness title on the line, yet he's still celebrating with his actual title. That's a really nice touch. But alright guys, that is the video. That was the WWE 2K25 March Madness Bracket. To no one's surprise, the favorite to win it all, the OTC, got the win. And all I have left to say is to acknowledge your tribal chief. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I wish I could have it my way. I don't really know who's to blame, but you said you were giving me space, then forever went away. Hey, at night in the garden I roam. Since the day you left, no flowers grow. My skin's gone purple from the